Welcome to the class, everybody. Tonight we're going to try to get a little workout, but we're going to be filming it so you can later look back on this and figure out how to do some of these, or remember how to do some of these things yourselves. First thing we're trying to do is just stretch out our legs with our hamstrings, letting them stretch. We kind of lean into it, reach out with the toes. The looser your hamstrings are, of course, the easier this is for you to do. And tonight I might be explaining more than usual, just as a reminder, like you guys don't know. Okay, good job. Let's pull one leg in. We want to isolate one side, so we pull one leg in good and tight, reach out. If you can get your hands all the way beyond your foot, the only way I can do that is bend my knee, but if you can keep it straight out, you'll go for it way out here. But just lean in, let this hamstring stretch. Good job, and let's switch legs gently. Same thing on the other side. Get a good little stretch here. We try to hold these stretches about 10 to 15 seconds. You'll feel that hamstring stretching here a little bit. Good job. Now we're going to pull both feet in, get them in nice and tight, get the back up good and straight. With the back straight, we're just going to exhale and lean into it. Use the elbows perhaps to push those legs down a little bit. If you can touch your head all the way to the floor, go for it. I don't think anybody can. And let's take it out. From here, we want to straighten the back up, bring the arms up, bring one foot up, one leg up, keeping that leg fully extended, pointing the toes, around we go. A nice little circle, and look at your circle. See how round you can make that circle. Toes are pointed for the first 12.
That's it. 12.
That's it. We're going to push the heel out, and we're going to go the other way. Ankle is flexed this time. You'll feel the muscles a little bit differently working under there.
12.
We have 12, so we're going to bring it in. Again, put the back up straight, exhale, lean into it. You get a little better stretch each time as you do this. Good job. Out again, back up straight. Same leg. But anyway, we're doing a windshield wiper here, keeping it about an inch off the floor. Remember, this quad muscle here starts talking to you, reminding you how much it loves you for doing this to it. Look around the room. Some of you are either smiling or grimacing.
12.
All right, bring it in. Or did y'all get that rain last night? And we got a solid inch of rain last night. Nice.
Yeah. I was sleeping. I don't know.
Sleeping? It's like 6 and 7 o'clock.
I didn't get it that early.
Okay, up again. This time, opposite leg. Pointed toes and around we go. Nice little round circle, straight leg without bending it. Well, we're going to push the heel out and go the other way. Feeling the joy now in that muscle. Especially if you had to miss last Thursday.
12.
Okay, pull it in again. Exhale, lean into it. And we'll go back out. One more time. Same leg, inch off the floor, windshield wiper. And let your range go as full as you can. Everybody has a different amount of range in this one and in most of the exercises. But if you can go further, or if you can't go as far, it's all okay. It's all good. Remember, everything we're doing is trying to warm up muscles that we'll be using, in most cases,
12.
about 5 minutes from now. Thanks. Here's some owies out there.
It's cramping up.
Owies and owies. Last time on that stretch. Okay, from here, let's take it around, flat on the back. Down on the mat. And as we go flat on the mat, we want to stretch it out. Reaching out overhead with our fingertips. You'll have that little arch in the lower back. Pressing the shoulder blades in the mat. fully extended body. And then we want to bring the knees up so we can go into what's called the hundreds. And the hundreds will have multiple levels. We have 5 levels on the hundreds. You're going to splash 100 times. Make sure your arm is rigid. You're going to feel muscles across the chest. Level 1, there's not much working down here. If you want to go to level 2, it's called tabletop. Level 2 works the muscles here and here a little bit. Level 3, straighten them up. The looser your hamstrings, the straighter they can go up. Level 4 is out at a 45-degree angle. And level 5 is up into a teaser. I tend to prefer level 4 due to some old-timey back injuries. But good splashing, normal breathing, no quick staccato breathing. In other words, I don't want to breathe with my hands going. I just want to breathe normally. Try to keep my legs straight. Abs are working, quads are working.
I have
neck and
100
shoulders.
there.
Trish says we got 100, so let's pull the knees into the chest. As we do, we'll get a good stretch. We want to rock a little left and right. Kind of massage the muscles on both sides of the spine. And even rotate the knees around as we rock. You'll feel that rotation go down a little bit deeper into the upper glutes. Good job. Both feet on the floor, arms out to the side. We wanted to drop both knees to one side. You get a little torso stretch here. Let the body relax. Bring them back up. We're going to drop both legs to the other side. We turn the head to the opposite direction when we drop the knees. That keeps the shoulder blades in the mat, gives you a torso twist. And then I want to drop my left leg down on the floor, bring my right knee into the chest. And as I bring the right knee into the chest, I want to rotate that right ankle, get the kinks out. Then we're going to take the left hand on that right knee, pull it over the bottom leg. Notice my shoulders are still flat on the floor. I want my shoulder blades in the mat. Going to feel a good deep stretch right through the glutes, the piriformis, right where that side nerve runs through there. Good stretch, isolated to this one side. We'll bring it up. We're going to drop that leg down, pull the other one in. Same thing, as you pull it in tight, we'll rotate around. Then we'll take the right hand on that left knee. Again, pull it over the bottom leg, pull it up, even release it a little bit, pull it back up. Feel the difference in that stretch. Very isolated on one side. Good job. Then with the hips staying low, we're going to take both feet, similar to when we were sitting up, but this time the back is absolutely straight on the floor. Hips are low, feet are low, pull them in good and tight. Good straight. So we're going to take the legs straight in the air. They're in the air, hands are overhead. And we're just going to rock up. And before you know it, we're up there. Good job. Let's take it into that up position. Now, depending on how hard your floor is, you may want to double or triple your mat. To triple a mat, remember, all you have to do is take it like so, and now you got 1, 2, 3 layers there. So you got a nice cushion for your body here. On this one, we want to try to keep a straight line from the knee to the shoulder. Arms are out straight. Toes are pointed out on this one, and the wind blows. Sometimes we call this one the hurricane. As the wind blows you back, you're going to use your abs and your quads to slow you down and pull you forward. I'm going to turn to the camera on this one. As we change it now, we're going to start arching one arm over as we go back. Same thing on the other side. It gives us another torso twist as we come up and over. Everybody's looking great. So many of y'all got here tonight. The room is so full. Like Pete says, you got your priorities straight, right, Pete?
Right. That's right.
All right, good job. Let's bring it down. We're going to take it into a little inner thigh stretch here by just stretching one leg out. Leaning back on the other side, you'll feel a good deep stretch on this adductor muscle, commonly known as the inner thigh muscle. then let's switch to the other side. Help it out. Everybody's looking good. All right, good job. This time, one of our favorites. If you're at home watching this, do not skip this one. This is one of the favorites. Right, Trish?
I don't know what you're getting ready to do.
Rock and roll banana.
Oh, yay.
Hey, one of my most fun. We're going to take it down on the side. Now remember, this bottom arm is doing nothing. It's just lying there kind of for balance. Upper arm is just resting over here. We want to shape the body like a banana by lifting the legs, lifting the shoulders, and we just rock 6 times on the hips. Now feel the obliques. They are really working here, holding this position with just 6 rocks.
6.
Then we go to the back, 6 more. Now the abs,
How we do 5 more?
5 more on the back, excuse me.
Wait a minute.
The abs are really working here.
5.
And then we go to the other side for 6 more. Pardon the view here to the camera. And then once we finish those 6, we're back to the back for the final 5. Everybody loves this one. This is the favorite one of all. Because
5.
it feels so good to stop and relax and stretch it out. Reach out overhead, take a couple nice deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good job. Elbow to come up, we can either pull our knees up or our feet up and just rock ourselves right back up into an upright position. And then we're going to take it into a little side plank where we thread the needle. Now side plank has got 3 different levels of intensity. Remember, each level is a little more intense than the other, so you choose the level that works for you. But the first level starts out like this. We're going to start with one knee on the mat, hand, and here we're basically building a box up the side of the body across here and down. Other leg, arm is up in the air, and one leg goes straight out. This is level 1. If you want to go to level 2, you just stretch both feet out. If you want to go to level 3, you put one up in the air. But at whatever level you are, we're going to let this upper hand be the thread, this lower part of the body be the eye of the needle, and we're going to thread the needle. Takes a little more balance, but you feel the joy. Good job. We're going to bring it down, both knees, slowly stretch it out. And now we're going to switch over to the other side. Same thing, knee down, arm up in the air, leg up for level 1. And if you do it this level, you're trying to keep this leg parallel to the floor as you thread the needle. Doing level 2, same thing, but you're opening that chest up. Some people want to stay about here, keep the chest down, but open it up as you do it. Or level 3, same thing. One leg up in the air. Good job, everybody. Y'all looking good out there. And break it down. Drop it back for another nice little stretch. And up we go. We're going to go to the ball this time. So, everybody get the stability ball. Now this is called our stability ball, as you all know. Remember, just as a reminder for the sizes, the balls they typically come in 2 primary sizes, 55 centimeter and 65 centimeter. If you are 5'8" and above, then the 65 centimeter is the size ball for you. If you're less than 5'8", between like 5'1" and 5'8", then the 55 centimeter works best for you. If you're like 5'1" and shorter, then the 45 centimeter ball works best for you. So we're going to drop the hip on this one, put that bottom knee down, suck the belly button in, hand on the hip, and all we're going to do is lift this leg. Again, go with your full range of motion because we all differ here. Some people like to put one hand out parallel to the floor, kind of as a target. Or if you're real flexible, you can put it up there, couldn't you? Anybody do that? Can reach it?
Nope.
I can barely reach this one. Good job.
12.
And we're going to push the heel out. So we're just going to keep it going. This time the heel is extended as we go up for 12 more. Check that belly button. This is a good vertical lift, so the hips don't move. They stay in alignment. And who's making faces out there?
12.
Bring it down. Now tap it out. Good job. Now we'll switch to the other side. Again, we're just going to drop the hip into the ball, extend that leg, suck that belly button in, hand out. For a lift, toes are pointed for the first 5. Or if you want to have the hand on the hip, either way works just fine. Y'all looking so strong out there. Feeling the joy. I see all those smiles. All right. Push the heel out. Let's go for 12 more. So all we've done now is we flex the heel, the ankle, push the heel out. Small muscles right here, and you're starting to feel them by now, probably. Stick with it, though. You can do it. If it really gets tough, smile. All right, tap it out. Good job. This time we're going to roll the ball back to the other side. As we do, we're going to do something very similar. This time we're going to take it into a circle. It'll be 6 with the toes extended in one direction, then we're going to push the heel out and go 6 the other way. So, pointing the toes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Push the heel out. Let's go the other way. Try to keep the hips stacked. You don't want to rock them back and forth. In other words, you don't want to rock my hips like this. You want to keep them stacked. Bring it in, tap it out. After having done that last series, you're probably feeling this one a little bit. And same thing on the other side. Don't switch it. Check the belly button. Take it up. Toes pointed. Doesn't matter which direction you start because we're going to reverse it. 6. Push the heel out. Let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, feel the joy. I see so much joy out there. So look at you guys. All right. Now we're going to take it into a little oblique stretch. We're going to work the obliques here, crunch it, and stretch it. So we start out, it looks similar, but this time I'm going to straighten that bottom leg out, push my hip up on the ball high enough. Close to the camera here. Push the hip up on the ball, bring this top leg up for balance. Lie down across the ball so your neck is in line with your spine. And we're going to do a little oblique crunch. You'll feel it working right in here. And remember, it's easy just to do the neck like this. We don't want to do that. We want to try to keep the neck in line with the spine as we bring that elbow over toward the hip. Looking good. Once we finish 12, we're just going to reach that arm up, open the chest up, reach out and over, stretch the obliques. Feel the joy of the stretch. And bring it down and around. Oh. Here we go. Same setup. We're going to take the ball, push this bottom leg out. If it's on the mat, it won't slide. That's the key on this. Bring the top leg up for balance, lie down across the ball, and an oblique stretch. Who's feeling the joy? Woo! Yeah. Looking good. Let's take it up arm. We're going to stretch it out and over. Good job. Good. This time we're getting ready to go to a spinal extension. So we're going to set the ball on one end of our mat. So we've got plenty of mat out here to walk on. The mat again has a little bit of a tacky surface, so it helps you control your body a little better. We start out with the back up straight, the arms out straight, We're going to walk back until we get about here. You're going to get the lower back into the ball, and then we're going to stretch out and over. Now, some people like to have their knees bent. A little more stretch, you can straighten them out. The ball is in the lower back, it's supporting and shaping the back right now. The neck and chest are relaxed and open. Just breathe naturally. Again, great for the overall posture. When we'll be finished with this one, I want to try to walk it up without using our hands, so we just walk right back up into a sitting position. And you can do it, come on. Yeah. This time we're going out again. We're going all the way to the shoulder this time. So, with the shoulder centered on the mat, the hips are up, the arms are overhead, feet are about mat width or hip width apart. We're just going to hold that position for a moment. And over time, your hips may tend to drift down a little bit, so just keep check on them, make sure they stay up. With the hands overhead, it's easy to keep them up. And now we're going to bring the hands up to the side. Pointing the fingers, we don't want to bounce on the ball. We want to keep the body nice and steady. So we take the arms in a circle. This is working what's called synovial fluid in the joints and the shoulders. Working the muscles around that. We'll do 12 or 15 of those, then we'll stop and we'll reverse that move.
15.
Check your hips, make sure your hips are staying up. And then we'll take our hands, we'll stop them, bring them to the hips. Check the hips again, make sure they're up. They haven't drifted down like so. Glutes are tight as you lift. And then we're going to take our feet, walk them together to the heels and the feet are touching. Check your hips again. Hold that position. The balance is a little bit different now because you don't have that wide spread of the feet. They're tight and touching. And when we get ready to come up, we're going to do a tightrope walk. But do this one carefully. Put one foot behind the other. Check that balance. The other foot behind it. Check the balance. Behind it. Behind it. And come all the way up. Suddenly you're back into sitting position. Good job. Now we're going to take it into a rocking chair. The rocking chair starts out, and to know, this is a good example, to know that the ball is the right height for you. When you're sitting on the ball, you should have a 90-degree bend. If you're sitting and the bend is like this, the ball is too big for you. If you're sitting and the bend is like this, the ball is too small for you. It's just right amount of air. You've got a good 90-degree bend here. We're going to start out on this one, rocking chair. Leaving the feet where they are, we're going to walk up on the balls of the feet, roll back. Notice the ball probably touches my heels. We're going to come all the way over, reach down, touch the toes, back over. As we do this, you'll feel the ball running up and down the back, on the sides of the back. The abs are definitely. This one has a longer range of motion. So doing the 12 here seems to take a little longer, but it's all good. That magic number, whatever number you want to do, we're going to bring it back up. The next one we're going to do is called a sidewalk. Now, doing the sidewalk, we're going to change positions here a little bit. On the sidewalk, I want to take the ball about 3 feet away from the mat because in the end, I want my shoulders to end up on the mat, my feet on the, my feet on the mat, my shoulders on the ball. So the arms will start out here. We have 2 levels of difficulty on this one. I'm going to show you both of them. We start out here. Level 1 has the hands overhead, and as I straighten out my right leg, I'm going to roll to the right side to where my shoulders are on top of each other. I'll come back. As I straighten out my left leg, I'm going to roll the other way. Come to the top, you typically stop, you roll, come back, stop, roll. Now, if you want to go to level 2, you take both arms out like airplane wings, and you do the same thing. You push one leg out, you push the other leg out. And as you do, take you back and forth, and it's called the sidewalk because you're walking it side to side. And once we finish the sidewalk, I'm going to bring this back. The next one we're going to do is called the Rotisserie. So we're going to make a full circle on this one. Remember that spinal extension we did earlier? We're going to go back to that spinal extension by going out to here, let that lower back get in on the ball, reach back, stretch it out. This time you do want your legs extended. And once you get a good spinal extension going, we'll take our hands together just to keep from using them, unless you need to use them. We'll use our feet now to roll the body over until you're down in what's now called a spinal flexion, coming down. Let the neck and shoulders relax as you're in this position. And once we get ready to reverse this, we're going to put our hands together again, use our feet to roll the body back over and around and go back into a spinal extension again. So we went from an extension, spinal extension, to a spinal flexion, back to a spinal extension. We're going to do it one more time. Let's roll it again. Slow and easy. Come down, let it relax. And when we get ready to come out of this one, we're not going to roll back around. We're just going to pull our hands up right by our side, right by our chest, on the ball. Push up, but you feel the muscles across the chest and arms as you push up. We're going to do several types of push-ups here, just as reminders for you over the summer. One level is when we put our hands on the ball, but notice, you see in the camera, notice how my wrists are pretty straight here. They're not high and bent like this because they're going to bend going down. So the wrists are pretty straight. I'm actually going to bend at the waist, but as I do, I'm squeezing in on the ball, so I'm working muscles across the chest and arms. This is a very low-level push-up, but it's good if you haven't done push-ups in a while or recovering from a shoulder injury. We'll go to level 2. We take the ball about 8 inches out further. We lock the hips down, and we do a push-up just like that, but like so. Or level 3, if you're up on your toes, you go down, but on level 3, we actually rest the chest as we go down. Level 4, we don't rest the chest. We just do the push-ups with the ball. And level 5, we take one leg up in the air. But you got a rolling dynamic ball up under you, so it's causing more muscles to work. But that's the series right there. Do 10 or 12 of those. Then take a little stretch. We're going to take the ball with our hands. Bring our head down between the arms. Feel the shoulder stretch. And then we're going to take the ball out in one hand. Putting one hand on top of it, the other hand flat on the floor, dropping the chest toward the floor. And back up. Let's change sides of the ball. Down we go. You'll feel that stretch all through this shoulder area. Good job. We're back up. Now, the other one I want to show you. Sometimes you can either do that last series or the seesaw push-up. I want to show you both. The seesaw push-up, I'm going to start back here so that the ball ends up roughly around my midsection. My shoulders are directly over my hands as opposed to being back like this. And they're going to stay over my hands. As I go down, the glutes are tight so the body is rigid. As you go down, notice the feet go up. It's like a seesaw. Hence the name, seesaw push-up. And we can change the intensity by walking it out further, putting the ball at the thighs, to the knees. I'm probably getting out of camera range now, but you can keep taking it all the way out to the shins, to the ankles. Anywhere you want to. The further out you go, the more intense it will be. Now, also, let me show you the Pete Special on this one. Pete Special is walking it, and the cool thing about this is it gets harder as you go and then it gets easier. So we start out walking one hand out, putting the chest right between those two hands, doing our push-up. Walk the other hand out. Walk the other hand out. Notice it's a little more intense as you walk out further and further, but then you start reversing that walk. Bring it back, bring it back, and it gets easier, and soon you're back to your original position right there. Good job. Now to stretch on this one, we're going to take it into a perch. So a perch, we pull the ball in, and come up and relax from the ball. This is where you want to get off of that bent wrist, come up to knuckles or fingertips so that your wrist can rest. This is stretching the back and the glutes. And we're now ready for the next one. So for the next one, we're going to push it out again. This time we're putting the knees on the ball. The body's right here. We'll pull it in and back out. But notice the shoulders again. Stay right over the hands. The core has to do the work when the shoulders are over the hands. That's level one, straight in, straight out. If we'll go to level two, we kick it over to one side. Go back center, kick it to the other side. That's level two. You can do a series of those. Level three, the body takes it through a full circle. Level four, perhaps a little bit further, picks it up. So height, not really good and high, but a level five is a height combined with a rollout. Every one of those, you can do level 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5. Try to do 10 or 12 if you can. If you need to switch levels, feel free to switch levels from the middle of it. Y'all looking good. Look at those level 5s going. I hear a lot of grunting going on over there.
That was hard.
That's good. Okay, then suddenly, before you know it, we're back into a perch. And we'll show you two others. We won't do as many of these because we're going to do them both, so you'll have them as examples when you want to use them. The next one, we're going to take it back out again to the knees. Again, the shoulders over the hands and knees here, but this one is a simple lift. We lift one leg. Try to hold the belly button up and balance it. But that leg that's on the ball is on the center of the ball. After 5 to 8 seconds, we'll switch sides. Notice the ball will go back and forth left a little bit, so the leg on the ball is always centered on the ball. Feel the joy. And we do 10 or 12 of those. Now I want to show you one more. This time we're going to start out on our hands and knees. I don't normally do that one and this one in the same class, but if you want to do 4, 5, or 6 of one and then 4, 5, 6 of the other, that's also awesome because it keeps both of them working. But you start out on your hands and knees on this one. Notice I'm backing up to the ball. If I need to, if my wrists are tired, I can go to the elbows here. Either way. My wrists are okay right now. And this one has 5 levels of difficulty. Level 1, we just lift and go out and bring the ball back down. That ball may have lateral movement left and right. If it doesn't, you can kind of test right here to see if it does. Level 2, full stretch out, knees back on the floor to regain balance if you need that. Level 3, your balance left and right is okay, so you never take it back to the floor. You just go in and out. We'll go level 4. You take one leg up, and one leg does the work. And level 5, you can take it into a push-up each time. It's a little more intense as you do that. It's one of the most intense exercises you can do in Pilates-on-the-Ball. There's a lot going on there, any one of those levels. Sometimes after that, if your wrists are tired, you may just want to take a quick shoulder stretch. Remember that, hold it longer than I'm holding it. Good job. We're through that series.
Yeah.
A lot of work for the upper body there. Was that a yay I heard? Yay. Man, you guys, to be this many of you are so quiet tonight. I can't believe it. Wow. Now we're going to start working on the abs a little bit. So, we're going to take that ball flat on the back, reach out overhead with it. First of all, since we've been working the back, we are now going to straighten it out by lying flat on the floor, hands overhead. Bring our knees up slightly. Arms stay fully extended on this one. And we exhale, bring that ball to the knees and to the sky. Then we drop it back to the knees and roll it down. And again. Sky up, and down. Now you don't want to do these too fast. If you do them fairly slow, you keep the abs under load longer. It gives you a better workout for your time. Remember, the arms never bend on this one. We reach for the sky, back to the knees, and back down. The spine kind of rolls up, reach up, and rolls down. You used to have to do this with weights on your ankles, so you've really come a long way. Come on. And let's say we're there, let's take it down, stretch it out, let the abs relax a moment as we take several nice deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. And once we're ready, our next one is kind of fun. It's called tap tap. If you ever want to be a drummer, here's your chance. You're going to roll it up and go tap tap, both feet back down. Now technically, the second foot should not leave the floor until the first foot taps the ball. So it's tap tap, back down. We have several variations. A higher level of intensity is to bring both feet up together and tap. You'll feel the abs under load a little bit more. Or another higher level is called molasses tap tap, where we pretend we're stuck in molasses. So we come up and go tap, tap, slow and easy, and back down. And again. Now notice the reason we do this one is it holds the abs under load longer, as opposed to a regular tap, tap, and back down. Any of the levels are good though. And once we're finished, we take it down, flat on the back, stretch it out, say ah. A couple of nice deep breaths into the nose, out to the mouth. And then another good one, working the abs here, is to take that ball up in the sky right here. Then we bring both feet up, and now we got both feet and both hands of the ball. But now we're going to drop one leg and one arm. Make sure it's the opposite arm and opposite leg. Bring them back. On this one, the ball basically never moves. It stays in one place. And we just switch back and forth. Even the hands and the feet don't even touch the floor. So the abs stay under some level of load the whole time. I hear some grunting and breathing out there. That's good.
This is an intense one.
And once we finish that, we're going to bring it down. And actually, we'll go back to the abs in a minute, but we're going to move the ball to the calves on this one. Now, it's important on this one to go to the calves, not the ankles. Ankles on the ball are like here. Calves on the ball, you basically bring the ball up where it hits the back of your legs right here. Then we bring it up into a bridge. Now, tighten that bridge up. Make sure those muscles are tight all the way through. Press down with the hands. Feel the triceps engage, the muscles across the chest. And on this one, all we're going to do, hold that position. Take our right foot, slide it up our left leg, take that foot high in the sky, and back around to the left foot. And repeat. I want to do 10 on each side, but if you want to do 10 on one side and 10 on the other, or if you want to switch them out and do 5 and 5 and 5 and 5, or a bunch of twos, ever how you'd like to do it. Now the reason our calf is on the ball, notice the back of my knee is practically supported by the ball, because since I'm using just one leg out supporting, I don't want to be on the ankle because it could hyperextend that knee, which you don't want to do. This way, however, the knee is nicely supported. If we're using both legs, it's a different story. But with only one leg on the ball. Okay. We check our bridge, make sure it's strong, it hasn't slumped. And then we bring it down one vertebra at a time. I'm going to roll that ball a little further out, this time to the ankles. Now with the ankles on the ball, we're going to do one called the low drawbridge. Again, I'm going to use my hands to press down, try to engage the triceps in here and the pectorals. Come up. And from here, once my hips are up, they're going to stay right here. They're not going back down. And the low drawbridge, I bring that ball in and back out. Slow and easy. Press down with the hands to engage the triceps. You don't have to. I mean, your body can do it, but if you want to just use some extra muscles, it's good to press down and engage those. We'll typically do 12 and out. Sometimes in the books you'll see this called a hamstring curl. We call it a low drawbridge or hamstring curl. You check your bridge. Had to bring mine up just a little bit. Bring it back down. And let's pull both knees into the chest for a good little stretch. Good job, you guys. And out we go again. This time back on the knees. This time we're going to change the muscle group to the inner thighs, those adductor muscles here. So we're going to put the feet together, ankles on the ball, heels together, bring ourselves up, and then, kind of like Charlie Chaplin walks, we're going to point our toes far away from each other. As we roll it in, the knees are going to be far apart. Sometimes we call this the frog bridge because it's like the low drawbridge, but it's like a frog kick too. So right now the glutes and the inner thighs, the adductors, are holding the load. Now that foot may kind of slide off the ball a little bit. Every now and then I have to pick mine up and reposition it. That's okay. Press down again with the hands. Breathe nice and easily.
12.
And once we reach 12, we'll check our bridge again. Slowly bring it down. This time, one of my favorite stretches is to cross one ankle above the opposite knee. Roll the ball back. And this you'll feel on the other side, isolating the stretch, right where the glutes run down through there, the piriformis muscle, the sciatic nerve runs down through there too. So it helps to stretch with that back good straight. And let's slowly switch sides, opposite ankle above the opposite knee, roll it back. Good job. Okay, let's do a high drawbridge. I want you to remember the high drawbridge. Don't forget it. We're not do as many this time, but I want you to remember it's here so you can do as many as you would like. As long as it's more than 0 to some of you. High drawbridge is a 3-step process. Just like the drawbridge, it starts out here. Step 1, we bring the knees in just like we did before. But now we're going to add step 2. We're going to lift the hips to the sky. Then step 3, we straighten out. We don't come in, go up, back down, and then straighten out. It's 3 steps only. Come in for 1, up for 2, out for 3. So in for 1, up for 2, out for 3. Again, if you press down with the hands, it makes that a little bit easier. It's a little more intense, slow and easy. Come up, slowly go out, and we'll check our bridge, make sure it's strong. Bring it down, roll it in. Let the knees come toward the chest for a good little relaxation a moment. And there's another one I want to just show you real quick, just as a reminder. It's called the downhill ski run. And we're coming up again. But this time, we're going to kick the knees to one side as you pull the ball in. Kick the knees to the other side, straighten it out. But the shoulders stay flat in the mat. So like you were skiing downhill, your body, your chest is always facing downhill. Your skis are doing the work, going back and forth. It's a great one if you're going to be snow skiing. You can do that in the summertime. Just go down to South America, south of the equator. It's winter down there. Just remember that one. That's a really good one too. Now, we're going to do one more inner thigh stretch. So we're going to take the ball up in the sky. And we're going to reach up into the sky right here. The back is flat on the floor. But this one's going to take a little eye, leg, foot coordination. We're going to roll back, put the ball on the bottom of the feet, straighten the legs as much as you can. My hamstrings are kind of tight, so I can't straighten them too much. We're going to drop. We're going to let the inner thighs keep the legs straight. They stretch, stretch, stretch. You'll feel them stretching in here. Take the ball, toss it in there, catch it now between the feet. Let it stretch, stretch, stretch as they come open. Back to the sky. Good catch. Stretch, stretch, stretch. So basically, it's a stretch and a catch. A stretch for 3 to 5 seconds, hold that stretch, keep the leg straight, pick it up, catch the ball again. There we go. And if you don't have a stability ball, and all you have is a bowling ball, then don't try this at home. Bowling ball might hurt. And bring it down. This time we're going to put the calves on the ball for the stretch after this one. Bring the body up, just straighten it out, and this is the relaxation point after that exercise. Even though you're working a little bit, you're not working too much. And bring it down. Okay, let's see this one. We're going to do 2 more ab exercises here I want to show you real quick. One's called the apex touch. So the body is fully extended, the back is flat on the floor. I'm just going to reach up, touch the ball at the top, and back down. And on this one, the feet and the hands leave the floor at the same time, and they arrive back on the floor at the same time. It's part of the symmetry. And I also want to show you the midstream switch, which is similar, but when we go up, we split the feet, take the ball down, bring the ball back, feet go back together. That was a little sloppy. Bring it up, switch it, back down. Now, if that's too much pressure on the lower back, feel free to bend the knees as you do these. That will take that pressure off. But the feet stay together on the midstream switch until they split and take the ball and back down together. Good job. So you can do, if you want to do 10 or 12 apex touches and 10 or 12 midstream switches, that's great. Or if you just want to split that in half and do some apex touches and some midstream switches, you still get a great benefit out of that. Okay, let's take it out. One thing we want to remember is coming up on the feet here. I usually do this one a little bit earlier, and it looks like this. We start out with our feet more than hip width apart, reach up to the sky, we bring the ball in front of our face, and then we give it a toss-up twist. We come back. This time we're going to squat to the floor, come back up, twist to the other side, go back down. You want to keep the back straight on this one as you go down. Let the big muscles, the quads, the glutes, the hamstrings, let those muscles do the work as you go down. Keeping that back in straight. This one's a great one for stooping, bending, gardening, picking up groceries, kids, bullets, anything. Protects those backs. And let's do this last one. Now the other one I want to show you, now with a warning on this one, if you do this one at home, which is probably where you'll be doing this, make sure you're not around any furniture, especially like the sharp edge of a coffee table or a hearth. Anything you hit could hit, because if you fall on this one, you could fall pretty hard and incredibly fast. But the other good thing is your feet are always very close to the floor, so it looks like this. We start out with our knees about hip width apart. See better here. I'm pressing into the ball, my knees. I'm bringing my hands down. My wrists are pretty straight. As I start here, I'm building a square between my hands and my knees. I'm going to go sideways this time. And watch my feet if you can. I'll come up. I can lift one foot up, with the other foot still on the floor, balancing. If I feel pretty good, I can bring that balance up and float. In the beginning, you're going to feel the ball doing this. You might be all over the place. Just be careful. Your feet are close to the floor. If you need to recover, just put them down. The other thing is, if you want to do a level 2 of this, instead of a 4-point balance, it's a 3-point balance. We start off with one knee in the ball, bring the 2 hands, but now I've built a triangle instead of a square. And we'll take the back leg up. I'm just going to lean forward, and now I'm floating on a triangle, like so. The other way to go into that one is if I happen to already be in a 4-point stance, I can just take one leg out and shift the ball a little bit. And then if I want to go to a level 3, I can take it out with one leg up, one arm up, and hold the balance on this. It's a much more advanced move, takes a lot more balance. And again, be incredibly careful on that one, that you're away from anything that you could fall and hit. It's Just make sure you're on the carpeted floor where you can hit something soft. Good job. The last one we're going to do, we're going to go back on the floor, take it in advance one more time. We're going to point the toes to where the toes are pretty much even with the top of the ball. Notice my heels are not on the ball this time. Toes are pointed. My toes are pretty much even with the top. Lie down flat, take the palms of my hand, face the ceiling. Then I want to exhale, rise up, bring my arms not touching, but parallel to my legs. Slowly back down. This is one you do slow and easy. Feel the abs working. Now, this can be very difficult, so if you have a challenge doing this and can't get up, I want you to roll to your elbow like this. Bring your body up. Grab your leg, climb it like you're climbing a rope. Get up any way you can get up. Then, slowly, go back down. Roll again, climb up any way you can get up. Slowly, and you're building the muscles the whole time. So eventually, you start rising with less effort. Exhale on the way up. Then the final thing we're going to do, if we can, you're going to take, you'll notice your feet are very light up here. I want to take those feet, tuck them in tight, and stand up. And so as I come up, I tuck them in, roll up. And now that I'm standing, I'm going to take the ball away from us, do our final little balance test. And typically this is done best off of a mat. The harder the floor, the easier this is. We're going to start out here. We're going to bring one leg up and just try to balance. Try to focus on something that's not moving. We'll take that leg out, get it as high as we can. We'll slowly take that leg back behind us. And hit the ball there. And we're going to bring it around, have a little seat in our beach chair. So remember, when you go to the beach, you don't need to carry a chair. You got one. Bring it up, both feet together again. Same thing, let's repeat on the other side. You guys are looking so good out there. Take that leg up. Slowly take it back. Try to hold that balance. Straighten that bottom leg as much as you can. My hamstrings are pretty tight. A little more difficult. Bring it down. Have a seat. Now, if this is your beach chair and you need cup holders, just do this. And you can hold things in your hands. Good job. We're going to take our feet a little more apart this time. Inhale through the nose. Out the mouth. Again. Another full cycle. Last time we're going to go up, we're going to stand. Both hands are together. Slowly bring those hands down across the chest. Rotate your fingers to the floor. Keeping the heels of my hands high, you'll feel the muscles in the forearm stretch. And guys, y'all did a super job, so give yourself a way to go. Excellent. Now we're going to have an interview. What was it like for you,
It was
Ms. Trish?
wonderful.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Sweating.
Me too. Now let's see what Pete has. The youngest member of our class, Pete, is over here. We interview him and say, what do you think, Pete?
No pictures, please.
Okay, no pictures. We'll put our hands in front of it.
Black out my identity.
Everybody else left early, so